we had known that's how you really look, we would have helped you out sooner.
Who knows? Maybe he'll draw in some customers.
Haruhi, here you go. I brought you some towels.
Well, isn't this an interesting development?
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation, and our Paws On Manga segment.
And today we're covering the Shojo manga of Ouran High School Host Club.
Yes! It's the world's first and only screwball romantic comedy out there. This story follows Haruhi, a new student at Ouran Academy, who ends up working at the school's host club after accidentally breaking an expensive vase of theirs.
Vase!
One other thing, they had no clue she was a girl.
Yeah, and before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification updates and future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
And this was before it became a trope or a common thing in anime and manga to have.
Right.
And we did not find out about this manga until years after the anime already had ended.
Right.
We watched the anime first, and I'm like, we know there's got to be a whole lot more to this story because of how the anime ended. And then we discovered that the manga was 18 volumes. I became obsessed with getting every volume and reading it.
Right.
And thanks to the public library system in the U.S., I was able to do just that. I still want to own the series. I'm waiting for the right time and the right price.
Right.
But I absolutely love this manga series. So for those of you who don't know it, it was written and illustrated by Bisco Hattori, who is female.
Yes.
It was serialized in Hakum Sensha's Lala magazine from 2002 to 2010, and it is absolutely a joy to read. If you think you love the anime, the manga, you're just going to lose it, and you're not going to want to stop reading it. And that's what happened with me. I wanted every volume to be available so that I could binge read. And it was absolutely fantastic. This is a shoujo manga.
Yes. Probably one of the best. And we definitely wanted to cover it because we had talked about the anime a few times on here already. The only thing else we haven't covered yet is the live-action drama and or movie, which is a whole thing in itself.
Which we have seen. If you would like to have a podcast on that, a short one, let us know in the comments below because, man.
Why? Yeah, right. And we also really wanted to cover this because we have seen lately at the time of this video coming out, in the past few months, Ouran has become less and less in popularity. Not saying its popularity is gone, but it's beginning to fall out of favor with some people. And we don't know if this is from older fans who have begun to change their minds, or these are from newer people who have now different tastes and with different shows and things coming out that they've been exposed to. Ouran is no longer considered one of the best shoujo. Is now considered one of the worst, most trope. They don't like Tamaki because he's all over Haruhi. They hated the beach episode. They hated so much about it. They didn't like the quote-unquote sexism of it. They don't like Haruhi had to force herself to dress like a boy. And it was very odd things that there were complaints about. And we were just in shock that there were people beginning to hate it. And it's lost some of its popularity now. People don't even talk about it now.
I also think some of the people probably who don't like it are people who didn't originally watch the manga.
Yeah,
didn't originally watch the anime.
Right.
Or read the manga. They're new to it. And they're looking at it from the outside in, which is fine. We all can base our opinions and judgments on what we want.
Right.
But having not read or watched the anime, it's unfortunate because there's so much to love about both. The manga itself goes really more deeply into each character and their backstories, and whereas the anime may have looked superficial because it was 26 episodes and only covered so many volumes.
Right, and stop the story.
Right. The manga itself, you get the complete story. You get to find out these people aren't as shallow as you think they are in the anime. And each of them has their own problems and issues they're working through. And that together, the host club really is their own little family.
Right.
And they help each other to cope with these events and things that are happening in their lives. And if you haven't read the manga, you definitely won't get all that from the anime.
That is true.
And there's one fantastic reason I love to recommend anyone who likes reading shoujo manga, who's never read this, you should read Ouran High School Host Club.
Yes.
It's absolutely brilliant. It's got fun and drama. It's got adventure,
Yes.
action.
Yes, believe it or not,
There's
it does.
no supernatural.
No,
It's got,
except for the Alice in Wonderland chapter.
of course, romance and comedy.
Mhm.
It's just, there's just so much in here that doesn't get to be revealed in the anime. There's so much you're missing out on if you have not read this manga.
Right.
This is one of the greats that anyone who truly loves manga, and if you truly love shoujo as well, or rom-coms, you owe it to yourself to read this manga. You're going to have to remember it's a different time period. The manga came out again between 2010, originally ended,
Mhm.
so the art style is different.
Right.
And of course, society was different, and some things are different. But in this manga, there is nothing that is insulting or offensive.
Exactly.
The anime, I think, really worked to be more calm than wrong. And they succeeded.
Right.
They wanted to really show the funny sides
Right. 'Cause-
of the characters. Because again, when you get into the manga, you get to hear the backstories, and all of them are fun, and some of them are really
True.
working through some things.
True.
And if the anime had been like that, I don't think the anime would have been as successful, because the craze is what you love about it.
Right.
If you're a person who likes more emotional involvement, if you like to see more drama, backstories, if you like seeing people working through issues and problems, and you like conflicts, read the manga.
Right. It's like two different styles once you get the full story. And the manga has its really great moments in just not just the story, but every character got a chance to shine, go through growth in a character arc. They do get a love triangle, but you already know where direction is going, and it actually is taken seriously. It starts off pretty funny because Tamaki's an idiot, but as it keeps going, it actually does get a little serious because the other contender is serious about being in love with Haruhi, and the comedy that he once had starts to fade because, like, oh, he's really serious about this, but you know, it does not go that way. And the parts that were the funniest when it came to Love Triangle, when Haruhi realized she was in love with Tamaki, when she took one of those love surveys like they have in the magazines, it's like, okay, do you have this type of feeling? Do you feel this when you see him, and this and that and the other? And she fills it out. If you answered yes to any or half of these, oh, that means you love it. And she said, but I don't wanna.
And back when it came out, those were huge in the
Yes.
women's magazines. Those were the teen magazines and the women's magazines. Those quizzes were huge.
Yes.
So it fit right into the time period. So for those who were kind of thrown off by it, that was just what was around.
Right.
And also, it's a reverse harem. And we talk about equal women's rights. Well, guess what? In this manga, there's equal women's rights.
Right. There
She
it
is
is.
the focus of the story. And it's a reverse harem. And they're all catering to her or floating around her, or they love her either as a friend or other.
Right.
And in the manga, you also get to see she's treated with so much love and so much respect, and they adore her. And by the time you finish this manga, you see that none of them want to live without her.
Right.
They
It's
want her
nice.
in their lives, as a part of their lives forever.
Right. It's actually a really nice part of it, and as you said, it's where the drama and the heart of it actually comes in. So it is more than just screwball comedy, which is one of the best parts about it. It's like reading Nozaki,
Yes.
and that's one of the best and most characteristic part of it that stands out for the manga, but it has more than just comedy. It could be more than that, and it's, if they ever remade the anime and they adapted the whole thing, I think the popularity would skyrocket again, because now it would adapt the whole story. It would have something that a lot of animation has been lacking in, having this much heart and charm, and the people used to say feels to it,
Yes.
as you used to get when watching a lot of older shows.
Absolutely. And last but not least, you'll have two different experiences watching the anime and watching the manga, and they're both enjoyable. There was a live action series that came out,
Unfortunately,
that we haven't seen yet, that aired in 2006 in Japan. I'm sorry, that aired in 2011 in Japan. Okay, let me get this straight.
wait,
There
which
was
is
an
it?
anime TV series, which we mentioned. There was a TV drama live action that aired in 2011 in Japan, 11 episodes. The original anime was 26 episodes. And
Oh,
there was a live action film that we have seen in 2012 that came out. And unfortunately, neither the live action TV series nor the live action movie even in infinitesimal amount gives you what this manga is about. They didn't do a good job on either one.
they kind of skim through things, and one big part of it is that we said that the anime makes it more comedy driven. Well, the live action makes it more drama driven, to the point where they cut off the story and add in serious things, like a person almost goes into a coma in there. When we cover, a character almost goes into a coma. Someone's life is on the line when they're trying to be forced to marry somebody, and it's like, this is kind of heavy for Ouran, and they had drama, but it wasn't this heavy. It's kind of like a whole different animal from the anime.
So if you've read Ouran High School Host Club, the manga, let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you love it as much as we do? Do you own it? Let us know. And if you haven't, we really recommend that you read it. It doesn't matter how old it is.
Right.
It is a timeless manga. You will absolutely love it. You will not want to put it down. You want to make sure you have every volume after the next one that follows.
Right.
Because you're not going to want to quit reading it. The characters are interesting. They have depth. They are layered. And there's just so much more to this series than the anime shared with us.
Yes.
But we love the anime as well.
Yes, absolutely. So, if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely, and thank you for joining us once again. We really appreciate your support. We love you. Hope you're having an awesome week and an awesome day.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.